Hey guys, and welcome. I am the Seven Swords, and we are back in Skyrim. And I'd first like to say, before we talk about our wardrobe change, happy 100th episode! That's right, this is the 100th episode of Sarah's adventure through Skyrim. I'm actually really glad to have made it this far. I never would have thought that I would have been able to do a series this long that I've been still enjoying to this day, and I am still enjoying it. Now, what the heck is Sarah wearing? The answer is her new outfit. Um, Off camera, I did some more grinding, and we have finally reached. If we take a look real quick, we'll also notice I've leveled up. But I have finally reached. We also legendary destructions magic. We have 8 skill points currently that we can use. But I finally, where is it? I finally reached level 80 in my enchanting skill, which means we got twin enchantments. Which means it was time for a wardrobe upgrade. Everything she is now wearing is customly enchanted, including rings, necklaces, circlets, and even a mask. We'll take a look at the equipment real quick. It's quite impressive. Our carry weight is now at 716, and that is without any of my buffs. No Rise of Magicka, no Ring of Ancients. That is just what it's going to be as long as I'm wearing this equipment. But we have a Bosnumber full cape. This is our new cape, which is increasing our Magicka resistance by 51% and increasing our health by 128. She has a circlet that she is wearing that is increasing her magic by 128 and makes her destruction spells 51% less to cost. We have our Ebony Mage Unarmored Boots, which give our carrying capacity an increase by 74% and increase our sneaking percent by 64%. We have our Unarmored Gloves, which give us our pickpocketing of 64% and and sneaking of 64%. We have our Ebony Mage Unarmored Hood, which increases our destruction skills by 51% and increases our magicka by another 128 points. We have our Armor, which gives us 128 extra health points and decreases our magicka and cuts our destruction spell magic down again. We have our Gold Ruby Necklace, which increases our carrying capacity by 96% and increases our health by another 128 points. We're still wearing this normal backpack. I thought about getting an enchantment into it, but I don't know if it's necessary just yet. I might look into if we can get a backpack that we can enchant, but I don't think we can. So we're probably going to be stuck with this one for a while. We have a Nordic ring, which is increasing our magicka resistance by 39% and increasing our and fortifying our sneak again. And then we have our tribal mask, our tribal ebony mask. I kind of wish I had noticed that it was spelled like that. I would have fixed that, but I guess not. There's no changing it now. Which has a carrying capacity increase of 96% and increases our health by another 128. Give us an idea of that. Let's look at our stats. Our max our max magicka is now 500. Our max health is 798, and our stamina is at the lowest at 230, because I did not increase our stamina by much with any of that. Now, what skills will we be putting our points into? I did put a skill. I did put a point into our destruction skill to kind of help with getting it back up. We are going to be working on increasing it again, but I've just noticed all spells cast in any school of magicka are now silent to others. We are definitely taking that. Um, Next, we're gonna look at. I'm thinking going Dream Thief. Activate sleeping victims to steal their dreams, increasing the effectiveness of illusion by 50% for 360 seconds. Chance to fail and alert a victim based on illusion skill. I'm tempted to take this just because I think it'll be cool. It'll be helpful to help her increase her illusion skill, but we'll look into that later. What's this one? Imposing presence, commanding presence, entranced barter, and night eye. No thanks. Um, we could look at our speech skills. Let's see. Force redoubled. 25% chance of cooldown of shout. Any 25% chance to reduce the cooldown of any shout to 3 seconds. Interesting. Hurricane force. Shouts that affect others are 1% more powerful per speech level. Hmm. Let's go with this force redoubled, which we're probably going to go with for that eventually. And then we have Thume of War and Miracle's Storm. I am going to be trying to remember to use our thing more often. We can now get Investor, which we will get. We're close to getting Fence, which then we'll be able to sell stolen goods. Might be useful since we're going to be joining the Thieves Guild in a matter of time, which is one reason why we're more specialized into sneaking and thieving. We're also going to be working for the Dark Brotherhood, which is another reason to improve our sneak. Sneak attacks? No, thank you. Actually, yeah, we'll do sneak attacks. I don't think she has any, I don't think she has any weapons that she's going to be using other than maybe keening. You look at alteration. Alteration self-resistance. Alteration self-attributes. Choose an attribute, health, magic, or stamina to increase by 50 points. That's tempting. Home Maiorly. Summons a permanent magical field location. You learn this perk. Alteration spells are 20. Gain 2% duration if cast within 5,000 feet, and times 20 duration of 250 feet. Additionally, varying magical charge when sleeping within 250 feet. If we do that, we're going to do it in the bedroom of this place. You may choose an attribute, increased by 50 points. Nullifier. You radiate a dampening field, preventing enemies within 25 feet of regenerating, aiding magicka and stamina. Ooh, that's interesting. I will take this. We're going to go with stamina. Boost our stamina just a little bit more. Restoration is good. What's this Edgewalker? Restoration spells are more powerful. This one I'm looking for? No. Spite. Blood Burial. I'm looking for the one that makes it to where it's more, restoration spells are 300% more powerful if the recipient is below half health. The bonus increases as health decreases. Interesting. Might be helpful. Spirit Tutors? No. Different restoration spell. 18 teaches 18 different restoration spells. Fortifies a single skill by 15 levels. Huh. I can just go with that. I thought there was one that makes it to where my restoration spells are more effective against the undead. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Let's see, what about... We don't have destruction. We don't have any left levels in destruction for anything. I might just keep the rest. Not really anything we need to improve right now. Be lockpicking? What's this? Locksmith. Picks start much closer to the lock's opening position. And seen this before. Up to the game, through this game of fate. I'm going to take the game of fate. I don't normally take that one, but I like that. I like the idea of having that one. And then we'll go ahead and just continue, because I feel like I would like... I'd like to get this one eventually, Infiltrator, to make myself a little bit more sneaky. Even though I think that we're pretty sneaky right now because this armor is None of this armor, as far as I'm aware, counts as armor. It's not, it doesn't have an armor value associated with it, which I think means, um, yeah, none of the armor I'm currently wearing has an associated value with it, so I'm thinking that means that it will be more effective. Now, for the ring, for the Nordic ring we'll be switching it out for the Ring of Mazulf if we are fighting somebody. Now, where are we going to be going today? It's a good question, and I already have a plan um, for today. What we are going to do is we're going to revisit some locations we've already been to, and thus, with doing that, we are going to be turning off the fast travel, turning off survival mode again. Um, this is just so I can fast travel again because I want to go to a couple places we've already been, and I want to make it quick because we're revisiting old locations because I want to see if we can find more of those spectral people with these rare Dwemer artifacts, and I believe Sarah would take an interest in finding them. 1 second while I check my recording while this loads. Yep, everything's working out just fine. Now, the first place we're going to head to is we're going to head up to um, Frostshoot Cave. This is the cave with the Dwemer home we have inside that we have for, this is our Dwemer home that we renovated. I don't think there's going to be anybody here, but we're just going to check out what the... Apparently, there is somebody here. Although, I'm kind of curious on why you're here. With Elemental Burst. Oh yeah, we don't have dual casting Destruction Magic anymore. Get out of my home. Or at least the entrance to my home. Luckily, I imagine that Sarah has like magical locks on all of her doors, so that she cannot be disturbed while she is in. At first I thought the place had reset. I was about to be very upset. I was like, I'm not waiting 3 days again. It does seem like everything, like all the doors closed, or at least a bunch of them did. But that might just be something that happens every once in a while. I'm just going to run through real quick, make sure nobody's here. And then we're going to head to... The other reason we're here, I don't think there's going to be anything here, but where I do think there might be something is we might find something downstairs. So we're going to head downstairs real quick. If there's nothing downstairs, we're going to go check the throne room, and then we're going to head out. There's our little worker bot. If it's not over here, I doubt there's going to be one here. Yep, I thought so. I'm pretty sure this is Creation Club content, and I'm pretty sure that stuff doesn't have the mod affected because the mod doesn't, obviously the mod can't affect areas that the person didn't know was going to be existing. So, like, I don't need to go check the Gilded, I don't need to go check Clockwork Castle. Like I said, we will check out the throne room real quick. This is not the throne room. I do not know this place very well, obviously. I'm not afraid to admit that, since this is a area I've only been in for this Let's Play. I've never been in it before this Let's Play. I do kind of wish that there was a way to make it like more officially like a base of operations, like have like a steward that works here, have guards that work for me walking around. Apparently it might be necessary to have guards walking around, since apparently there are bandits who just kind of chill out here. Now, where we are going to head, because I know that there's at least one here. The two places I plan on visiting before we get back to work is going to be here. Is going to be the Dwemer place outside of here, which is going to drop us down the cavern again. I plan on getting dropped down the cavern, and but I will skip that for you guys, so you guys don't have to deal with how many attempts it takes me to get down there, since it is kind of a pain in the rear. But I do know that the area down from here has a spectral. At least I'm pretty sure it does. And I think there might be one. I don't think there's one in this room. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Oh, wait a minute. Another door. Ooh. Where's a key? Where would I find a key? Okay, we're going. Now I'm glad we came back, because apparently we need a key. I will be right back. I'll bring you guys back when I pull off getting down here. I'm going to let it go once so that it gets rid of all this crap, and then I'm going to go down myself. So I will see you guys in a second. And we are now down in the caverns underneath that place. Now the first thing I want to do, because obviously with finding that key, that door that requires a key, I am now interested in if I can figure out where the key is. Which we did read. I did read that there was supposed to be a thing down here. We're gonna go and put Volsung on so we have our water breathing. Said there was supposed to be a Dwemer chest underwater. I might bring you guys back when I find said Dwemer chest. Unless we find it in the next couple of seconds. Oh, there it is. Is it locked? Yes, it is. There we go. Circlet. And a Welkin Stone. The Welkin Stone kind of made that worth it. But I don't know where the key to that place is. Maybe the Spectral has it. Who knows? That would be reassuring. That means that entire place up there will be created by, would have been added by the Spectral mods. Let's go ahead and put the Pale Blade on my other hand. Oops, wrong one. We're gonna grab the Pale Blade real quick, just because I am noticing the big issue with resetting my destruction skill, resetting how strong it is. And there is the commander. I did think about making my own sword, but I don't think that I can afford. I don't think I can create a sword worth making right now. See what he's got. Helm of the Aethernet allows you to breathe in any environment and offers minor resistance to all elements. That's useful. Some lockpicks, a couple of potions, and his puzzle cube. I don't know if these puzzle cubes have anything that if I collect enough of these puzzle cubes, if something will happen. Sarah just likes the idea of collecting these puzzle cubes because she has such a fascination with the Dwemer now. But I think that finishes up this one. Once we get out of here, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, and we'll head over to Mazulf, because that's the next area for us to explore. Obviously, I want to see if Mazulf has a Spectral in it, and I also would like to check out, because I think there's a room in Mazulf we've never been in, so I'd like to go explore that room. it looks like we're going to be, um, looks like we're going to get out of here just fine without any problems. I will bring you guys back if something happens, or once we arrive at Mazulf. Alright, and we are back in Mazulf. I did just fast travel here from the place we were at. We're going to be using a lot of fast traveling today since we're just doing a bunch of cleanup, making sure none of these mods changed any of these areas we've been in, and um, uh, looking for these spectral commanders who have all these unique weapons and equipment. Especially since that helmet's pretty cool. I don't think we're going to use it very much, but it is very cool. I'm wondering if, because it says it allows you to breathe in any environment, if there are places that I'm not thinking of that are like poisonous gas or something like that that would let you breathe in. We're gonna check inside. Now we're gonna check inside Mazulf. I do apologize that the episode 100 is just gonna be a recap of a bunch of different areas that we've done. I am thinking of heading to Solstheim next, because I think it's time we get over there and check out that place. I was considering waiting until we had more of a reason to go, but one of the biggest reasons to go is to just to get it taken care of, especially since there's a couple of things I'd like to. There's a couple of things I would like to inspect over there, and um, I think Sarah would be interested in traveling in that direction. There's also something else I think we're gonna do, because I might have actually found someone that I would rather her worship other than Magnus, and it works really well for the story, and it works really well for her interests. So we might not be worshiping Magnus too much longer, but I need to figure out where one of his shrines would be, and I think I have an idea on how to interact with him, at least. And I know Solstheim will definitely let us interact with him since he's a big part over there. Which might tell you who it is. Her hunger for knowledge must be sated, and her new lord may sate that hunger. I do believe she is becoming more obsessed with power again. I believe that it's more of her own mind becoming obsessed, rather than it being, we're not wearing the items we're supposed to be wearing. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and put our Ring of Mazulf on, since I'm not going to be sneaking through this place, I'm going to be fighting through this place. I do believe that Mazulf has a spectral person. I believe that it is near the end of the chamber, but I will be looking around just to make sure we don't miss anything. Because I definitely would hate to come here, look around, find only the one I'm thinking of, and then turns out there's another one here. Sarah's becoming obsessed with this Dwemer secrecy, and I believe that it's becoming more and more important to her to figure it out. You could think of a couple of different reasons why Sarah is becoming so obsessed with all of this. Her personal hunger for power, what the cube might have done to her, what other things might have done to her. Maybe just a sense of purpose. I can say that she is becoming more comfortable with fighting dragons, and she's going to be more comfortable with fighting dragons for a while. Just because of the fact that she has gotten strong enough to take down dragons pretty easily, and so she's more confident with it. I will say that the early on Sarah's reasons for being against it was probably due to, at least in good portion, to fear. But now she has her own confidence and abilities. She also is starting to wonder if maybe she's the only one who can fight the dragons. Maybe there's, maybe it's a limitation of most humans that they can't. Um, Bit of a spoiler, so if you want to skip ahead a little bit, then you can quickly skip ahead. But if you know the story of the Dragonborn questline and Solstheim, then you're good to stick around because I'm not talking about anything too big. I did consider adding a mod that lets you become friends with Mirak. You basically can use the bend will shout on him to basically make him part of your group. Oh no, wait, that's just the rock that looks back onto the... I know what that is. We don't need to go back there. But basically it allows you to use bend will to basically force him to become a companion. And you basically get him as a partner. I considered doing that for a while just because I think it'd be interesting to have Sarah team up with Mirak. I ended up deciding not to. Mostly just because of the fact that I didn't like the idea of teaming up with Mirak. I think she'll take Mirak's power. I don't think she'll work with Mirak. But yeah, I think Sarah will have a pretty good time in Solstheim. Not to mention the fact that there are Dwemer ruins over there, so that'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if the Spectrals are over there. I think there's one over there. I'm not entirely sure, though. I know there's a lot of Dragon Priests, and that's going to be fun. I thought about getting a Dragon Priest mod. I ended up deciding not to, since I've already gotten at least 2 of the Dragon Priests. I think I've gotten 3. I just can't remember. I hope it's only been 2, because I only know where 2 of the masks are. A Master Lock. Great. Nope. Let's see. First line? Nope. All the way to the left? Nope. On the corner? There we go. It's a slightly to the right. Not direct center, is it? No, it's not direct center. Yeah. Really? And here I thought this was going to be like a big area that I had missed. What's the prize? A little bit of gold, garnet, and a bunch of crap. Right. We know that way will lead us to our thrall. We're going to go see him in a second. We'll probably take a drink from him, just to make sure he's still our thrall. But let's go down this way, because I think this way would be where he would place where the spectral assassin, where the spectral person would be. Spectral assassin, that's a bit of a ways into the Dark Brotherhood questline. One of my favorite characters, actually. We'll talk more about why when we get him. Nope, doesn't look like it. Hopefully there's one in the chamber where our thrall is. If not, then this was a bust. Which, I'm not going to be too upset by that. He might be in the route out of here. Does not look like he is here. That's alright. We'll go see our thrall. Go check out the chamber again, just to make sure there's nothing changed in the chamber, and then we'll head off to... And then we'll be heading off towards... We might go to Windhelm and get ready to head over to... what is it called? Get ready to head over to... Hello. feed on him also. Nope. Nope, that was not my intention, but I guess it happened. It's fine. If you feed on them too much, they end up dying, which is fine. Taking care of him and getting him out of the picture was more useful to us anyways. Some would call it a mercy. Nope, still all the same. Nope, nothing of interest. Alright, we're going to go ahead and try and leave. If we get outside, then that means coming to Mazulf was a bust. Except for getting my blood back and finally dealing with this vampire cattle. My biggest issue with him being here is the fact that he was stuck here. So, like, it'd be fine to leave him here, because then he'd be like a permanent blood source somewhere in the world, but there's no reason to just leave him here. Look, I was wrong. I could have sworn Mazulf had a spectral commander. Huh. Bizarre. Alright, let's see. Where are we going to go next? I think that's everywhere we've been that's a Dwemer location, technically. That I would think has a spectral person. Forgotten Ruins aren't going to, because that's a mod. Oh. Oh, interesting. We're going to fast travel to here. I didn't realize this place was a place we could fast travel to or marked on the map.
Snow. You scared of sunlight or something?
Hey, look, a courier.
Don't like those eyes you got. There's a bad hunger to them.
What are you doing here?
I'm supposed to deliver supplies to a mage called Albitius, who is exploring these ruins. But he has not shown up.
Have you tried looking for him inside the room?
I don't dare enter a place like that. These lands are dangerous enough without entering strange ruins.
What if I go in and look for him?
Well, I'm not going to stay around. I gave him enough time as it is, and these lands aren't safe. If you find him, let him know I brought his supplies. All right, then.
Interesting. Where the heck are we? Huh. Where's a key? Probably the area to come out of once you leave down. I wish this guy would bugger off so I could take a look inside this package. Nope. He's gonna watch me rifle through his things. Inkwell, healing potion, magic potion. So yeah, it's just a bunch of looks like it's just a bunch of garbage. Take a look at this one. And then looks like it's just a bunch of food. So supplies, food, and supplies and food. Interesting. And this looks like it'll lead us down. Huh. Well, I guess we're doing this today. Enter the Dwemer Ruin. Find Abacus. Oh. A specter. Interesting. I'm going to tear everything else off because this is going to be our focus for a little bit. But I am noticing that we have specters down here. I don't know if... Now, he is just a specter guard. Those may just replace the usual Dwemer bad guys randomly. Custom music. Interesting. I knew this was a pretty interesting mod when I installed it, so I'm not too surprised it's got custom music. Head down or do we head in? I think we're gonna head in. Because down looks like it's gonna lead us to where we're supposed to be going. I'd rather do some exploring. Anything useful? Some boomer oil. Take that. I don't know if she ever tries to plan on creating her own Dwemer centurions or robots or anything like that. A warped Dwemer sphere. What does the heck does that mean? Is it just a higher level? It's possible. There are those Dwemer bolts that she was thinking of before. Gold. The music almost sounded like Halo for a second there. Ooh, I don't like that. That's creepy music. Makes me curious. I have an idea of what this is supposed to lead to, but I am not sure if it's going to be as simple as I'm thinking. Be a little bit more complicated than that. There's the entrance to wherever we're going. It's pretty neat. I'm definitely liking the custom music. Hoping it doesn't give me a copyright on YouTube. Ruins lower area. We are getting close to the end of this episode. Probably not going to finish this today. We're probably going to explore more of this world gate tomorrow. I saw that on the map, so I don't feel bad saying that. But we'll keep looking for this guy tomorrow. Blast the spider. Center cannot hold. I wonder if these are just memory. If these are just like spectrals that are showing up and like they were once Dwemer and it's just like stuff that happened to them. Being that it's a mod, there's probably no real lore behind it. It could just be Sarah's imagination running wild thanks to the Dwemer cube, who knows? Oh, wait. Is that what I think it is? Oh no, it's a guardian. I thought those were pipe parts from the home, from our home in Clockwork Castle. Kind of cool if that was involved here, but I highly doubt it is. I always think it's cool when I find mods like this. Like this area looks entirely different. It's got it's got its own chest layout. It's got its own builds. Like I wouldn't even know how you go about creating something like this. Music is interesting. Oh, stop it! Opening stuff I already know is empty. All right, let's keep looking. I think we're supposed to head down. Check this place real quick. Well, I don't want to miss anything. I do not want to keep just randomly searching rooms that have nothing in them but bad guys. I like the random cogs and stuff that are just there for aesthetic value, and the fact that the Twimmer were really big into their steam tech and machinery. At the end of the hall here. Twimmer Spectre Bow. Is that because he was a bowman, but they're not men, they're mer? Looks like it. With dwarven crossbow. Sarah will definitely take that. Eat your heart out, Dawnguard, or I'll eat your neck out. The heck? Large Twimmer glass. Twimmer artifact. Interesting. I wonder what this is. Look, it's an arrow, but I can't pick it up. Dressers. Even though they're probably not going to have anything of interest in them. Like the solid metal. Gold. I'm gonna keep gushing over this music. I love this music. It's really good. This is already looking like it's gonna be a good and interesting mod. Because of the fact that it's definitely added some more stuff to it. Not that I'm hating on any mods, really. Most of the mods I try, I like. Even if they're just simple, add something very small to the thing. Oh. Roll of Cure Wounds. I think it'd be funny if suddenly the character, the guy I'm looking for, just kind of like walked up to me and was like, "Why are you stealing all my stuff?" Just to have that, like, let's see. Journal of Alabicusks. Probably going to read the rest of this through this episode and then move on to the next one. So if you guys want to skip me reading this, you can move to the next episode. I have to write down my thoughts down. I need to write a journal. I am alone now, with so many thoughts going through my head. Agia and Borin died to the darn dwarven automatons at the first ruin. Seemed so close to the great high roof era, and mysterious. Then the horrible metallic sound would be heard, and the automatons' defenders of this place awakened. We destroyed several of them, but were forced to delve deeper into the ruins to escape them. Bjorn got cut off by a massive blade of rotating automaton. I used with the healing magic I knew to try to save him, but it wasn't enough. Okay, it's not super long. Probably don't have enough time to finish it. I will finish reading this off camera, and then when I bring you guys back, I'll give you the cliff notes. So see you guys in the next episode.